do people go from living unhealthy to healthy? What is the most important thing that, like today, most 99%, if not everybody observing this right now, isn't living their optimal health, right? Lifestyle. Where do you start? Like, what is the next, like, do you look at yourself in the mirror? Like, bro, how do you, like, let's get doing it. Because so many people want it, but there's something in them that's holding them back. What took you from fat 7 months ago to now being an absolute shredded fucking animal 7 months later? And the mindset behind actually waking up at 5 a.m. and training like you enjoy it, not that it's a chore or a force.
It's a lifestyle. It was the realization of where I currently was at the time. It wasn't a good state. I was overweight, but it had, people don't understand, it has nothing to do with the silhouette of the body, correct? It has to do with what does that silhouette represent? Because a lot of silhouettes that tend to be overweight represent metabolic syndrome, and that's something that is not healthy. And I realized, okay, if I'm feeling suicidal, if I'm feeling terrible, if I realized potentially there might be something wrong with the way I'm like feeding myself, nutrition, my brain. And yes, if there's inflammation in the brain, there's a lot of things that contributed to me potentially not getting out of the rut. So the first thing I decided is like, it's not, people look for an emotion, right? They look for an emotion to propel themselves to the next level, to make a change, but it's not an emotion. It's, you have to take action, right? And action and good habits create good results. That creates momentum. Momentum is that wind that creates that emotional state that you're looking for, right? So you have to create, it's the process of alchemy of creating that flow for you to get that motivation. Once you get that, you're unstoppable, especially if you have a community surrounding you, bro. And it was the realization of knowing, hey, things are only going to get harder. I see people at 50, 60, 70, 80. You're at 50% of older people, if they fall, they have a high chance of breaking something. A collarbone.
You told me that.
Yeah, even my own grandma, bro. So the realization of seeing that, I'm like, oh wow, like that could happen to me. Like I come from them. Like, so I realized I have to make a change. So everything that I studied over all these years, I was like, okay, Nate, just man up, take action. And now looking back, I'm like, dude, how was I in that state? And then I realized a lot of it was bad habits. I was looking for uphill results in being at the top of the mountain when I was literally rolling down because of my bad decisions at a conscious or subconscious level.
Desiring uphill results with downhill habits, which leads to me, you know, a lot of you guys aren't looking for money. You think you're looking for money. You've been told that you're looking for money. Yeah, money is important. You need money in order to operate in this financial system. But what you need to live is in a state where you are living with purpose, right? And where you have purpose, where you are accomplishing your fullest potential. Something that I recommend, because I see a lot of people, whether successful or unsuccessful, I see a lot of people unhappy. They live in a state of unhappiness. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be happy at all times of the day. That's not a realistic status.
It's not possible.
But I'm talking about a state of depression, right? Where you are in a depressed state.
Where you're paralyzed.
Where you can't move, right? Where you wake up, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you still don't feel good about yourself. You look at yourself and feel like you're a piece of shit. So what you need to do is you need to develop antidepressant behaviors.
Not medicine.
You need to develop, listen guys, listen to me, okay? Because it's gonna happen in your life when you make money, when you make the bag. I'm gonna level with you guys here, okay? You need to create antidepressant behaviors. Things that are going to allow you to live in an anti-depressed state, right? Because that's how you're living. People call it happiness, but it's a state which is completely against, an antagonist to depression. So what are those? Sunlight. Go get some sunlight. Eat organic whole foods. Drink clean spring water. Don't listen to music that is manipulating your emotions and your feelings. Don't spend time with relationships that are knocking you down and calling you a loser and out here desiring you to lose. What else? What is another antidepressant behavior? Don't consume processed sugars, right? Don't be out here smoking weed 24/7, which is known to be a depressant, right? Have small goals, whether big or small, that you know you can hit, like going to the gym. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care, unless you're paralyzed and you can't leave because nobody can push you. You have the ability to exercise, right? So you need to create antidepressant behaviors, because the reason you are where you are today is because of the decisions that you're making and the decisions that you've made. So if you want a different life, you need to make different decisions. There's nothing more beautiful than living with money and being happy. I didn't say money making you happy. I said living with money, because it's a relationship, right, that you have with money, and being happy. It's not that money creates happiness, is that you live in a state of bliss and that you get to enjoy the resource. I know so many people with money and their life is a mess. Their life is a disorder. Their life is chaos. They are not happy. There's people that have money that despise their money. They hate it. You do not want to be that guy. You do not want to be that woman. Create antidepressant behaviors in your life because you are in charge. The world is yours for the taking, ladies and gentlemen. I believe in you. We believe in you. And it's time to win.